We will be beginning in about 5 minutes.
Glory to God. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
2 minutes.
Hello.
Hello, Vonda. Hi. We're just getting started here. So, yeah, if you want to mute your button, that'd be super great. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. But I am so glad you're on here. Thank you so much for coming on.
Okay, I'll mute it.
Okay, super. We'll be in touch here then as we go along. All right, welcome to the first in a series of immune system and virus seminars that we're going to be holding with Beyond Limits here. Dr. Jeff LaGree is an immune system expert that's been practicing here in Greenville for a number of years and changing people's lives. So I am so glad today you get to, oh, hang on, I got a little tech issue here. I'm going to fix the Zoom here. Hang on a second. So let's see here. Some techie issues. Hang on a second.
I see.
Okay. I apologize for that. This is our first seminar we've done online, and as you can see, there's some technical issues that we are still working out. But thank you for being with us tonight. Welcome, Vonda, Beckett, and many of you others who are jumping on right now. I know we've got quite a number on already. Let me first tell you, this is going to be a first in a series, so I encourage you to mark your calendars for next Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. as well, where we're going to be continuing this topic. Dr. Jeff LaGree has a lot of information to share with us, and he'll be sharing it in portions as we go along. Let me tell you a little bit about Dr. Jeff LaGree. He began in the healthcare industry as a chiropractor years ago, working with the collegiate teams and professional teams, working on the Olympic wrestling team, the Kansas City Royals, the Atlanta Braves, and other teams. He worked on people like you and me as well. He had a very skilled set of hands, and God blessed him, and he was able to change many people's lives, watching even babies be born just from spinal care, bedwetting quit for children, heart conditions went away. Amazing, amazing miracles were happening. But then he saw those miracles getting less and less as bodies became more toxic. And he felt like he was becoming an Advil or a Band-Aid to his patients, and that's not the kind of doctor he is. He is one that wants to change your life so you can go on living the way you are meant to be and not continually getting sick. So that's when he began studying the immune system, which brings us to our topic for today. We are in a crisis here in the nation as well as in the world, and we all know that. We all hear it on the news, we all hear it from our friends. This is a serious situation that none of us have ever lived through before. But when you have an immune system and you understand the immune system, you realize that you can fight back. And that is what Dr. LaGree is going to share with you tonight, to take some of the fear out so you can equip your family and protect your family for the future. Not only condition, I had a cough that would not go away. I had lost all my skin color. I was completely white. No freckles, no nothing. I had hormone issues and a continual incredible fatigue and just all kinds of other issues. Chronic pain in my back, a breast lump. I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff, hair falling out. And I didn't know where to start. Dr. LaGree is a doctor who gets down to root cause. He has trained with many of the leading holistic healthcare authorities in America, and has, I'm serious, $1 million has gone into his head and into his heart. He comes to serve you and me with a heart that really cares about people. He doesn't do this for the money. He does this because he wants to change lives. And that's what he's doing here at Beyond Limits on a daily basis and a weekly basis. So let me introduce to you Dr. Jeff LaGree.
Good evening, everybody. So, my goal tonight is just to serve you. There's a couple things that I want. Can we close that door? That'll be awesome. So, my goal tonight is to serve you. One of the main things we're going to understand is what the confusions and the different difficulties being in a body. And I want to target that. I was watching people come into the clinic this week, and it really broke down my heart because I saw the looks on their faces. I saw the stress. I saw the overwhelm. I saw, I could just feel they were just, their spirits were down. And I think that in times of crisis, we have great authorities that are learning from other countries and nations. One being like the social distancing and the different decisions that are being made now in this very, very, very serious crisis. They will work for the good and get this crisis to come to an end as quick as possible. But right now, we have to get through this, and we have to all work together. So my contribution to you guys tonight is to understand the mind, the body, and the confusions of being the Spirit of God inside a human body. And where the number one leading killer, which is stress, how that adds another level of confusion as we're dealing with this very, very serious world crisis. Markets are being affected. Economics are being affected. And we've got to come together, and we've got to understand our minds and how our minds are a leading cause of stress. So that's my contribution tonight. You know, whenever there's a crisis, and people usually, when they're in a stress state, what do? They run to comfort. They run to things like more sugar, more alcohol, more, just more comfort. They kind of retract when really we should look at this as an opportunity for character and becoming more aware and getting stronger from this crisis. This is a huge pivot point. It's a huge reset. And I want to explain some basic mechanisms that so we can understand ourselves more. There's big fight or flight stress reactions that we're all having right now. It's a mind filled with more overwhelm, more problems, more stress, more fear, more anxiety. A gentle reminder is most disease comes from these states of mind. You've heard the term mind chatter. So this is when you're in mind chatter, you think of the worst. Like, what if? What if things get worse? One of the things I'd like to propose is that we begin to understand about present yourself with your parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and repair and resourcefulness and good qualities like joy, love, hope, versus a more sympathetic or fight or flight state, which we all seem to stay in, where every day you're just in anger, you're in an overwhelm, you're locked in fear. I think one of the best things that we could do right now is watching a lot of news and TV. We need to minimalize that. Unless you want to stay in more fight or flight stress. I feel like you need to protect your mind. Not from pertinent data, but constant infusion of a fear, chaos, frequency that's being poured through the media, and that it's just, oh no, the sky is falling. You know, it's just going to get worse from here. So if you're watching a lot of news and TV, I want you to minimalize it. Because if you don't, it will begin to affect your organ systems, your hormonal systems. It will disrupt hormones. It will not allow you, it'll keep you in a fight or flight state when you need to be in more of a parasympathetic rest, chill out, relax mode. So so a constant feeding of a fear diet. I just want you to really present yourself. What's going on in your household? What's being talked about in your inner circle of friends right now? So stress equals when there is fear, overwhelm, threat, no solution, chaos. I mean, if you constantly put that into your head, your body by God, the hands and feet of God that we all are on earth, it's totally like, how does it make you feel? I know I feel like disempowered. You know, I don't feel resourceful. I don't feel calm. I don't feel clear. I don't feel confident. And number one, the number one stress of all is to destroy that human immune system. And that's why I'm going to just try to help us out. I want you to remember that you're not a powerless victim. Yeah, there is hell on earth right now, and you are the hands and feet of God. We need our minds to be clear, calm, relaxed, chilled out. So I really, really want you to calm down and relax. That's one of the biggest things. So I'd like to provide you with a definition of success. And listen very closely. Success is an internal state of clear, honest knowledge of what I am, my value that I am in the world, the value that I bring to the world, and my responsibility, how I respond, and for the way I react to all things. So success is an internal state of clear, honest knowledge of what I am, my value in the world, and my responsibility for the way I react to all things. Hence comes the greatest opportunity for us all to become more like, or move in the direction of the great minds like Jesus, Martin Luther King, real humanitarians, great people who stood for the human team, who understood how important it was to have character over our bodies. So our bodies are screaming right now with all sorts of fear, anxiety, anxiousness. There's going to be more problems. What if this happens? What if that happens financially? We have to stop that fight or flight response. Great things come from these tremendous challenges that we all are facing. I wanted you to remember there are no ultimate victims. Therefore, you have to decide, I will not choose to be a victim in this crisis. That's all we have. We're all feeling vulnerable. We're all feeling the stress of this very, very real crisis. And we are the human team. This is the human team. This is when we turn and we face the challenge and you become a fear chaser. You don't run and hide. You actually breathe, calm yourself down, and saying, I'm going to make a choice with my free will that God gave me on how I'm going to respond to this national crisis. We all have a part in our inner circles, our families, our kids that are dependent on us, our co-workers, our friends, and our families. We need to be strong. So this is an opportunity for growth. So success is an internal state of clear, honest knowledge of what I am, my value in the world, and my responsibility for the way I react or respond to all things. There are no ultimate victims, therefore I will not choose to be a victim. Chronic stress reactions destroy the temple of the living God, your body, that God has placed you in. You are the hands and feet of God on this earth. People and the human team and humanity need us to pass these tests. Now, what will you choose in this moment? Will you choose fear? Will you choose chaos? Will you not turn the TV off when you should be focused in present moment consciousness with your kids, your mates, your loved ones? Calling your mom, your dad, checking in on them more? Or will we choose fear? Or will we choose that we are not victims? We will choose hope, love, gratitude, peace, courage, confidence, calm, resourcefulness. You cannot be resourceful in these times if you go into a fight or flight state and you check out. I watch all the faces that came in over the past week, and it was like devastating to see the stress on their face and the skin. I was like, oh, we got to do something. We got to try to help these guys, which I'm about to get into. So I want you to know it's character over the way our body feels right now. I want you to say, I decide, I choose. I decide, I choose. Take control of the hands and feet of God. I choose to get into my body. Did you know that your body is your best friend? You can destroy it so fast in these next couple months. If we don't understand that emotional stress is the number one leading stress above toxicity, above inflammation, above physical traumas, emotional stress will cause every single pathology and disease. And that's why my heart, I want you to get something in being a spirit of God, and this being your experiencer. You have a mind, you have a body. This is your experiencer. We have an external reality of a national crisis. How will we respond? One of the best ways is to begin to understand your best friend, which is your body. And that it's been through just about everything since birth, through kindergarten, grade school, through high school, all your deep secrets, really your body, which God gave you as to cruise around in and experience all these different things, all these different emotions, all these great things. And like we're going through now, really, 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 really bad things. But I want you to begin to actually respect your body more. Respect that it is your best friend. And these now moments of existence is the only sanity that you will have. Because if you're up in your head with all your mind chatter and what could go wrong and all your overwhelm and your stress that's being produced by this mind, which can be your greatest ally or your worst nightmare. I found recently the more stress that I was under, I found that I never had any, I never had any peace until I realized that I had a choice in the matter again, that I could cut down the amount of TV and media chaos for tool number one, spend time walking more, relax, chill out, go outside for walks with your family. Stop being in a stress reaction over all this national chaos so you don't cause hormonal problems which lead to cancers, where you don't cause more inflammation from your emotional stress, which can lead to a silent heart attack. And stop putting ourselves in a state of breakdown, increasing your susceptibility to more disease. You are now choosing chronic stress. Remember, we have a choice, which will lower our immune system. Your immune system is actually your army that protects you against the viruses, against the pathogens. It's your defense system. So I think the brain is probably one of the worst things and one of the greatest things that was ever created. The brain is where the ego lies. The brain is where the pride comes from. The brain is where all the old tapes from all the old emotional traumas and emotional stress comes from. So, on the flip side, if you decide and you say, I decide, I make a choice with my free will that God has given me to respond calmer. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to be more resourceful. I'm going to drink less alcohol. I'm going to take in less sugar. I'm not going to eat as much junk food because I'm just trying to go towards comfort instead of looking at this as an opportunity to build character. You can become, because this is a very real crisis, you can become more invincible. Like Jesus, like Martin Luther King, like all the greats of history had to begin to understand through their trials and their tests came their greatness. I want to just take a little tour through history. And believe me, I'm not trying to minimize what we're going through. I take this very seriously. And you got to remember that this too shall pass. This too shall pass. And I'm going to give you proof, because back in 2000, do you guys remember the Y2K? And they said, like, the sky is falling. The world is going to end. It's going to kill us all. Do you remember Y2K?
Yeah, I forgot about it.
This was in 2000. It's not like this is our first crisis. In 2001, there was the anthrax virus. Don't open any envelopes. Don't touch your mail, because it will kill you. In 2002, we had the West Nile virus. Remember? Oh, that virus, that is going to get us. In 2003, we had the SARS virus. And then in 2005, there was the bird flu. Mm-hmm. These are major, major crises. It's not like we haven't been through this before. I just want us to be mindful. Do you remember in 2006? There was the E. coli outbreak. Oh my. And then 2008, we had the bad economy. And it's never been so bad. It's the end. That would end our existence. This is the human team. This is the hands and feet of God that has survived anthrax, West Nile virus, SARS virus, the bird flu, E. coli, the bad economy in 2008. And then I remember the swine flu in 2009. And then in 2010, we had the BP oil tragedy. and we were supposed to be in trouble then. And then 2012, there was the Mayan calendar, and they were talking about the end times. In 2013, North Korea was the big threat, and they were going to kill us all. Then 2014 had an Ebola virus. Ebola. And then 2015, there were Disney measles. And if that doesn't get us, then ISIS will get us. So this is like, you're no stranger to crisis. And in 2016, it was Zika. Remember Zika? We've been through and survived a lot. So I want to just calm you down, and I want to chill you out and get you to take a breath and relax. And now we have the coronavirus. And I'm not minimalizing any of these crises in any way. I'm not trying to make light of this crisis, but we take this very seriously. We're not making fun of this. But this is an opportunity for you to become stronger, with more character, with more invincibility, and to understand the mind and the body, and how if you stay up here in your head and mind chatter, you'll go insane and you'll cause multiple diseases, multiple imbalances in your hormonal system, your immune system, your adrenal system, your brain. You'll cause rapid degeneration in your physical structure, your joints. So if you think it's never been this bad before, it's been worse. In 1918 and 1920, the flu, imagine living then where the flu killed 1 million people in a week at different times. This is not to minimize it, but we've been through more crises than you can imagine. It's just how we respond. So what I'm saying is there is hope, there's security, there's encouragement. So we are in a serious crisis, and crisis is defined as an intense time of difficulty or danger. It is a turning point, though. It is an opportunity. A point where we are required to make a decision, a daily decision when we get up. Am I going to live in fear, or am I going to have peace? Am I going to make a decision about how we respond? So a decision, I want you to decide that you've survived many, many crises. And we need to be resourceful and stay out of the fight or flight state. We need to help the authorities do what is necessary for us to be able to stop it and slow it down. And they've learned through the other countries. And now I believe the United States is responding appropriately with self-quarantine, because there's older immune systems that aren't very strong. So we decide whether we choose to respond in a sympathetic or a fight or flight way, or you choose and decide that you're going to choose parasympathetic, a very empowered, resourceful, calm, relax, chill, take a breath. And remember, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Just like Y2K, anthrax virus, West Nile virus, SARS virus, bird flu, E. coli, bad economy in 2008, the swine flu, the BP oil, the Mayan calendar talking about end times, the North Koreans that were going to kill us all, Ebola virus, Disney measles, the Zika virus. I want you to get control on the inside of you when all the world is crazy around you. This is the best opportunity to become more invincible with your mindset. And in your authenticity, in your greatest vulnerabilities, lie your greatest invincibility. This is an opportunity for us to grow emotionally, to make positive emotional changes. Number one, you've got to decide now that everything will be okay. Multiple times a day, I want you to know that you will be okay. You will be okay. We will get through this like we did before. And I want you to use this opportunity, this national crisis, to grow your mindset, to decide to connect with the heaven that is inside you, that God put inside you, by getting out of your mind, which is your hell. Your mind is your hell. If we think too much about all this, and you get into your mind chatter, your fears, your overwhelm, your anxiety, your problems, your stress, we are creating this with our mind. Our mind is a problem. It can be a great tool, but right now it's a fight or flight problem creating machine. I want to move you from your mind and into your body, where you can experience the inner joy, the inner peace, the calmness, where the happiness, the feeling good, the confidence is, so we can be resourceful, so we can unite. I decide to connect with my island. You know what your island is? Your island is your soul. Your island from all the world's craziness is your soul. And I want you to get out of your head and get into the nowness of the beauty of the sanctuary of what God equipped us with in this time of human suffering and crisis. So this is going to be, and I wish I had some slides. Next time we'll put together some more visuals. But let's just go step one. Let's identify the problem. Our problem is in our mind, and all the fears, the problems, the stress, all the what ifs. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? Oh, I'm worried about this. I'm worried about this. All the negativity that causes the overwhelm. Guess what? You are not your emotions. You are not your thoughts. So we have emotions, we have thoughts, and then we have physical body sensations. A lot of us guys cannot feel many of our physical body sensations because feelings were not resourceful. When I grew up and I was young with my dad, feelings and emotions are pretty useless in hitting a target or an objective. And guys are very much brought up that way. So they get disconnected from their feelings, whereas women, having a monthly cycle, being connected with that monthly cycle and all your feelings and your emotions and life, you can get lost in all that spaghetti, all that mind chatter, right? So these are not who you are. You are not your emotions. You are not your fears. You are not your thoughts and all your mind chatter that's going on in your head right now. or all the physical bodily sensations that guys tend to just shut off from and disconnect from. I would think more so, of course, there's more sensitive type guys, or guys that are more in tune with their bodies. They feel those physical bodily sensations, but I know you girls are freaking out with all the emotional and what ifs, along with all the different thoughts, the random million thoughts that are going around your head like a spaghetti circus, and all the physical body. What if you're not any of that? What if who you are is, I want you to step back from your emotions, your thoughts, and all these physical problems, fears, stress, and observe it from an experiencer viewpoint. Almost like a little kid, where you're like, that was an interesting thought. And you become very curious about how the mind operates and kind of pull yourself out of your head and just listen to the chatter, listen to the fears, listen to the emotions, and realize that's not who I really am. That's my brain doing chatter, which will drive you insane and which will destroy the rest of your body if you stay in a fight or flight response. I want you to become an observer of your mind chatter. Because it's very hard to understand the human body, having a mind, being in a body, being a spirit, the Spirit of God in the body. Your true self is free from your mind. I think of like Jesus. I think of the great spiritual leaders of different religions. They realize their true self is not their mind. It's not their emotions. It's not their physical body sensations. This is just something we're in to experience life. Good things and bad things. Unfortunately, we're going through a very, very hard and serious crisis. And this is all part of what it is as we realize our vulnerabilities and how delicate the interconnectedness and interdependence of life really is, and how dependent we are on all of us. If we learn one thing from this crisis, what you do affects me, what I do affects you, and what somebody does in another nation affects us all. We're actually one big human team. But your true self is free from your mind. This is your opportunity in this crisis to learn how to become more free from your mind. This is an opportunity to expand, to find out who you really are. I invite you to find out more of who you truly are. Spirit of God, hands and feet of God, human team, come and rise up in awareness. The confusion is in your thinking. If you stay in your head, you'll be dead. You know? If you move out of your head and observe from an experiencer point of view in the now and just watch. Say that the experiencer is, for all intensive purposes, because this is kind of a hard concept, to look at yourself in your life story and the drama that you're in right now. And just pull yourself back and out and look back down upon our situation. Learn that the confusion is in the thinking. Learn to suspend your mind and you can do great things. I believe that we don't have to destroy ourselves in the most radical crisis and with our emotional state being the number one stress right now in uncertain times. Try to learn how to suspend your mind in this opportunity. This is a great test. I want us all to pass the test and grow more from this experience. Look at it as an opportunity to expand, to become better, to become more present. So I invite you to bring all of you, all of who you are, into the now moment, and not in your heads, and not in all the fear and mind chatter and overwhelm and the stress. Bring all of you into this now moment. Enter into a just being state in the now moment. Enter into a just being state. I'm just going to be in this present moment. I'm not going to think about tomorrow or what's going to happen a month from now or what's going to happen from 2 months now. Come to this present moment and be with all of you into this now moment is one of the skill sets. And observe. Observe all your thoughts, all your fears, all your problems. As a child would, with great curiosity, I'd be like, wow, that's interesting. Oh, you got all this mind chatter going on. Go back as a child would, with great curiosity, and be like, when a fear comes up, observe it from a space of curiosity. Oh, that's interesting. Because your brain will tell you all sorts of stories and all sorts of drama and all sorts of doom and gloom. And it's the end of the world. And, you know, we're not going to make it. Remember, we made it through Y2K, anthrax virus, West Nile virus, SARS virus, the bird flu. We made it through E. coli. We made it through the bad economy. We made it through swine flu. We made it through the Mayan calendar that this is talking about the end times. And North Korea didn't kill us, and Ebola didn't kill us, and Disney measles didn't kill us, and ISIS terrorists did not kill us. Zika didn't get us in 2016, I believe, although extremely serious, not minimalizing, that this is a great opportunity for the human team to come together and to evolve. Yep.
When you get time, there's a couple questions that have come up here on the feeds I can give you then.
Sure.
One is, what is the best way to build our body to fight viruses? Luke is asking.
Yes. Awesome question, Luke. Thanks for asking. So, one of the best resources, like supplement wise, would be like vitamin D, vitamin C, selenium, zinc, silver, different immune builders. But even the zinc, selenium, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E are some of the immune system tools that will shut down the replication of the virus and lift your immune system up and build your immune system. So we have a great opportunity to grow, banishing all fear and suffering. Human suffering is in the mind. Just when you're flipping out, go back into that experiencer state, listening as a silent observer of the mind, And ask yourself the question, how am I now? How am I right now in this now moment? Am I okay? Am I safe? How can I make lemonade out of lemons? This is exactly the mindset. How will I write this new story or new chapter, author this new chapter in my life? Remember, you can feel those things, but you are not those things. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are not your physical body sensations. That is not who you are. Now, how to connect to the heaven inside your body and in your heart, in your soul. One of the greatest things we can do is have a solid morning ritual where you begin with prayer. I got up this morning, I said, God, let me be an instrument of your peace. I'm not perfect. I'm human. I make mistakes. I don't do really good presentations on the first try. But I said, I got to help these people understand this thing that they're in. They're this experiencer, this mind, this body. They're the Spirit of God, the hands and feet of God, so they're less confused. So get up, do your prayer, say your positive affirmations. I'm okay. I'm good enough. I am safe. Say it 1,000,000 times throughout the day. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. This too shall pass. Be loving to all those around you. Pray for your friends and your family members. And remember, one of the greatest integrations is to realize through pain, you integrate into more love on earth. Through great pain, you integrate into the hands and feet of God, and you become love in action. As a matter of fact, love is not a furry, fuzzy thing. The definition of love, true love, is pain. You can look at the greatest example. Well, one of the greatest examples is Jesus. That was love in action. And the amount of pain that vessel went through. And as he became more love on earth, this is our opportunity in our now moment. So the whole goal, let me go up here. Oh, I forgot a part. So this is good. I just found it.
I got another question here from someone too.
All right, what is it?
And this might not be something you cover on this topic, but I know sometime you're going to cover it. What is the virus really, and who can it really affect?
Yeah, the virus. You should see. That's an awesome question. Thank you for asking a question. This is awesome. You know, we test for viruses. We've been testing for viruses for quite some time now. You would really be shocked all the different viruses that are inside all these immune systems that come inside the office every single week, that are a part of your microbiome. They're a part of the bacteria. They're a part of the yeast infections, the bacterial infections, there's lots of viruses that are inside these bloodstreams. It's whether you have an immune system that puts those in homeostatic balance or in homeostasis. Mm-hmm. We walk around with cancer cells in us, but you have an immune system strength, an immune system homeostatic balancer that puts the body back in balance. We all have cancer cells. We all have viruses in us. That's not to minimize any of these viruses. Older people, no doubt, and that's why the authorities are calling for different quarantines. Those guys are, some of them are very susceptible because they've been through so many emotional, inflammational, physical stresses and traumas that they don't have a very strong immune resistance or immune strength. So a virus can do bad things. No doubt about it. Viruses are nothing to fool around with. I've got a couple great, when you're stressed out of your mind, how do you change? What is some of the formula to heal? Number one, connect with nature. Connect every day. Number two, humor. Laugh, watch comedy. We're going to probably be hanging out at home here shortly. Any day now.
We'll just be laughing all the time.
And this is a great opportunity just to have lots of humor, lots of laughter, watching comedies, funny movies. This is how you protect your immune system from further destruction from emotional stress. You guys should dance. You should do crazy things. Just dance. Singing, sing out loud every day. Play music. Be with your friends and family around people who love you and support you. Spend time with them. We're going to have lots of time on our hands because we're probably going to go into martial law here any day, I would think. You know? And that's going to be a time where we all slow down and we have time to do the things that we haven't had time to connect with that are really important. Animals are awesome. You can connect with animals. They absorb tons of stress from you. Pet them, hold them. They are a source of love and balance. Do things that bring you joy. But definitely, we need to lighten up this frequency right now and the seriousness that we're going through. So, in summary, I want to cut more sugar, cut the alcohol, cut the junk eating, get out of the fear, spend less time watching TV, mass hysteria creator. The idiot box is a mass hysteria creator. We know we can get information from it, but do not make that your diet. Or you want to get depressed and anxious? Keep the TV on for long periods of time, blasting in your house. Remember that you are not to give away all your power to fear. You are not your body. You are not your mind. You are not your mind chatter. You are not your physical body experiences. You are not your thoughts. I want you to practice no mind. No mind. Okay? So, how do we do that?
Just heart.
Let's go into our heart. Let's breathe into our bodies. Relax our bodies. Calm down, chill out, and use this as the greatest gift. Is your focus? My gift to you today is to put your focus in the now moment of life.
Mm-hmm.
It should be rich. It should be deep. Experience the now moments of your life. Like if you really just bring all your power to the now moment and you look at all the colors, you look at all the textures, you notice who's in front of you, you notice the hair of the person in front of you, you touch, you feel, you smell the cooking, you hear someone in the room laughing. If you really come into your now moment and bring all of yourself, you will find yourself and you will find your island, your soul, your invincibility amongst all this chaos like the great teachers did. Like, have a moment that lasts a year. That's what Gandhi, that's what Jesus, that's what like all the top thought leaders, they get so in the moment, it feels, they smell it, they hear it, they touch it. We're doing this right now. My head's not thinking of all this other stuff. Oh, if it does, oh, that's interesting. Why am I thinking of that now? Because it has nothing to do with me being safe in this now moment. The depth you develop to experience the now, this is the vital skill, is to develop now. The depth you develop to in your body's ability to experience the now, that's where your island's going to be. That's where the joy is going to be. That's where the resourcefulness is going to be. That's where the hope is going to be. The part of you that you have now is all you have. Everything else is made up. In the past, in the future, that's all made up. It's imaginary. All you have is this now moment. And that's all you have. So each moment, okay? If you're an experiencer and you're cruising down in your day, I want you to feel your feet when you go for a walk. I want you to feel the weight of your body on each step. I want you to listen to your breath, breathe in and out. Each moment can be an amazing moment. Like, what if we went into the world, like I'm going in to this door, I open up the door and there's all these people, all these characters, plants, there's colors, there's textures, there's all these people joking, family members wanting your attention. What if you just licked your lips and you were like, I'm going to taste this moment. I'm going to smell this moment. I'm going to savor this moment. I'm going to experience with all my 5 senses the weight of my body standing in my shoes. And I was just going to look around and I'm like, this is delicious. This now moment is an experience for my experiencer. And I'm not going to worry about what happens tomorrow. I'm going to get out of my mind the thing that will drive you insane and cause multiple pathologies, because the number one disease is stress. Your emotional response to all this stuff. So the good stuff is inside of you. It's not in your mind. Get out of your mind is my greatest gift tonight. It is where your problems are created by mind chatter, fears, what if. Oh no, what if this happens? Your mind will say, the secret of the masters is to go inside your body and taste and smell and hear and touch and experience the moment of your life with great richness, great depth. So your morning ritual when you get up is to drink 20 ounces of water when you first get up in the morning. You've got to fill your body up and hydrate your body after you sleep. Then I want you to do a gratitude exercise. What are you thankful for in your life? We have tons to be thankful for. Then I want you to do forgiveness. Who's offended you? If you made a mistake and somebody reacted a certain way to your humanness, I want you to forgive those people. Because, like, all the things you're grateful for, spend a few minutes forgiving all the other people that you've had problems with. And then I want you to sit calmly in the morning And I want you to breathe and come out of your head and go into your body with your breath and feel the breath. Slow, relaxed breathing for like 5-10 minutes before you get into your day. And focus on that slow breathing. Then start to use your imagination. Remember, like, we're all a bunch of little kids in a bunch of adult bodies, and we're all scared. We're all fearful of just about everything. If we're authentic, we react to all sorts of stuff. So visualize what your day is going to be like, what you're going to experience, what you're going to see, what you want to see in the world, what you want to experience positively. So to sum this up, my whole objective was for you to get control of yourself on the inside, because the outside world is not going to give you joy and happiness unless you go and connect within. So you can have a better life during this very serious crisis. And remember, this shall too pass. I want you to do more than survive. I want you to become better because of the crisis. So I hope you got some tools to understand this crazy thing that we're in and how it operates, and how to get to the good stuff. Your island is your soul. No matter what. We have an island, and that's where the joy, that's where all the good stuff is. It's get out of your head. You're not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you're not your physical body sensations. So I hope that served you guys well. Beyond Limits is going to be doing more things here through the weeks. If you have a need for a stress package, we have supplements for a stress package. We have an immune system package, so you can build your immune system up, so you have a homeostatic strength or balance or virulence that raises up your immune system strength. We have an immune system package that will help with the whole current crisis with the virus. So if that's something, we also have ways to test and to quantify just how beat up your immune system is through testing. So if you need any of that, you can call Juanita at the office at Beyond Limits, and we'll be glad to see where your immune system is at, so you can rebuild and repair and build it up. We do virtual. We do all sorts of, if we are in the office physically in the next week or two or something, we're still open now as far as the state, as the authorities are allowing us. We'll be here for you guys. But I want you guys to make some lemonade out of the lemon. We're all going through this together. This isn't our first ride around the rodeo. So the human team's got this, man. I believe in you guys. I love you guys. If we can serve you in any way, let us know. Stay tuned for more interesting things to support you and to get you and your family through this very stressful crisis. So thank you for coming on. I appreciate your time, and everyone who came on tonight, and the questions that were asked. And yep, remember, you're okay. You're safe. Even if you got to tell yourself that mentally like 1,000 times a day. We're okay, man. We're going to make it through this. All right. Have a great night, you guys. Thank you very much.